JLR investigates new judge in the Bryan Kohberger case. No more judge. We have a new judge in town. His name is Stephen Hippler. Stephen Hippler of the 4th Judicial District in Idaho County. Bryan Kohberger's case is being transferred to Boise, Idaho. Now, he's an administrative judge that handles a lot of issues in Idaho County. This will be Bryan Kohberger's new judge. The Idaho Supreme Court has ruled that Kohberger himself will also be transferred to the Idaho County Jail. Let me show you this new bombshell ruling by the Idaho Supreme Court. Check it out. Now, who is the judge? Because I heard he is a hardliner. I heard he's one tough son of a gun. I do have a clip I want to share with all of you of him speaking. Nate Eaton, East Idaho News, spoke to him outside the Ada County Courthouse in reference to Chad Daybell's case and the handling of Daybell's case, because his case was also transferred from all the way in eastern Idaho all the way to Idaho County. But the judge speaks. You want to hear the judge? You want to hear his words? You want to hear what he sounds like? Listen to this right here. In the Supreme Court of the state of Idaho in the matter of change of venue, an order granting defendant's motion to change of venue was entered in the district court, wherein it was requested that venue for trial be transferred from Latah County, 2nd Judicial District, in the case listed below. Therefore, after due consideration and good cause appearing, it is ordered that venue for all future proceedings in this case are transferred from Latah County, 2nd Judicial District, to Idaho County, 4th Judicial District. It is further ordered that District Judge Stephen Hippler shall be assigned to this case and may not be disqualified without cause pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 25A9C. It is further ordered that defendant shall be transferred to the custody of the Idaho County Sheriff pursuant to Idaho Code Section 19-1805. It is further ordered that the District Court for Latah County shall file and serve this order upon the parties or their counsel and take any action necessary to transfer venue of this case to Idaho County. Now, who is the judge? Because I heard he is a hardliner. I heard he's one tough son of a gun. I do have a clip I want to share with all of you of him speaking. Nate Eaton, East Idaho News, spoke to him outside the Ada County Courthouse in reference to Chad Daybell's case and the handling of Daybell's case, because his case was also transferred from all the way in eastern Idaho all the way to Idaho County. But the judge speaks. You want to hear the judge? You want to hear his words? You want to hear what he sounds like? Listen to this right here.
Nate Eaton outside the Ada County Courthouse. We're here with Judge Steve Hippler. He is the administrative judge over the 4th District, which encompasses Ada County. Judge, let me just ask you, what have you guys been doing to prepare for such a big, prominent trial?
So we've been cooperating and working closely with Madison and Fremont County Administration and all of our justice partners here, the clerk's office, the sheriff's office, the trial court administrator, other agencies, city police, others, to ensure that we have the resources and we have the bandwidth to be able to put on a trial like this. It's not the trial itself that's particularly difficult. We have big trials here all the time. It's the media interest and the degree to which you all are needing to cover this that causes more issues in terms of securing the jury from that kind of influence, as well as to just make sure everybody can do their job appropriately. So it's really a teamwork effort that we've started, probably a year and a half ago, preparing for.
That far out, because as you mentioned, there is such an interest. And one thing I think a lot of viewers might not realize is this isn't the only thing happening at the courthouse. You've got a lot of other things happening.
Yeah, this is a very busy courthouse. We have almost 40 judges here at any given time, and 27 courtrooms. So we have a lot going on. This week, as an example, I had to ask 3 judges to vacate trials, jury trials they had set for this week, because we simply didn't have enough courtrooms. and that's not unusual. And so that's just how busy we are here at times.
So what do you foresee for the next few weeks? What do you want the public to know who might want to come down and actually attend a portion of the trial?
So what I would suggest, two things, is one, be sure you get on the reservation system that's linked on the website, the district court's website, or I think you can get there almost from any Ada County government website now. Make sure the day before you sign up for a reservation, whether you want to sit in the courtroom or in the media overflow where it's shown on closed circuit television. And it's set up in a way so if you want to sit in the courtroom, that opens first and you can apply, and you'll find out if you got a seat or not. And if you didn't, then the overflow room is very large, almost 200 seats, so there's plenty of seats there, most likely. So do that in advance. Don't just come down here thinking I'll go watch it without having gotten a reservation. And second is be patient in terms of the parking. We have limited parking and a given day, any day, without all of the media here and without all the interest. And then be patient. Everybody who comes in has to go through the magnetometer and be screened, and so there can be lines at certain parts of the day in order to get in. So bring your patience.
I would say that having been here all week, everyone is very professional as far as the security people, very friendly, courteous. So we haven't experienced any issues. What's been the response so far? I mean, are these rooms filling up? So far, we've only been in the overflow. What's been the response?
So far, they're only doing jury selection right now, and Judge Boyce is not allowing people in the courtroom itself in order to make the jurors more comfortable because they have to talk about personal details, and so they can. They're not allowed in the courtroom. They're allowed in the overflow room. The jurors' faces are not shown when they're being questioned, to protect their identity, and they're not using their names or using juror numbers. But the interest we've had so far for that, I think we've had, maybe 40, 50 people in the overflow room, which again can accommodate about 200. So far, things have been fine. We expect probably a lot more come the beginning of the case itself next week. But I think once we get going and get into a routine of the trial, things will be relatively smooth. The administration here, the partnership between the three counties, Ada County, Madison, Fremont, and all the justice partners involved has been tremendous in working with one another and cooperating, and so I'm not anticipating a lot of hiccups.
Last question. Have you seen anything like this here at Ada County?
I've certainly seen a lot of big trials, significant trials. In terms of media interest, we've had cases with a lot of local media interest, but in terms of the degree of national and international media interest, in my 10 years here,
So this will be very, very interesting. New judge. Will the case go on as planned in June of 2025? I'm not so sure. There are lots of pending supplemental requests for discovery, motions to compel, and who knows what else. Now the question is, Kohberger's leaving Latah County, probably will never ever be there ever again. He's probably going to go to better conditions in a better jail, though I don't know. I don't know where he's going to be housed in the Ada County Jail, most likely solitary confinement. But then the question I have is, what about William Thompson? What about Ann Taylor? What about Jay Logsdon? What about those characters? Because this case is being transferred almost 500 miles away. How is William Thompson going to be able to go down there and prosecute this case going back and forth? How about Ann Taylor, right? Ann Taylor, you would expect Ann Taylor from now all the way to June when this trial is supposed to go on to, visit the client, right? See the client. She said before on the record that she was seeing him like once a week. How's Ann Taylor going to commute back and forth? That's like 500 miles away. How's she going to commute back and forth? Where she's from, Kootenai County, all the way up north of Moscow. How is she going to go back and forth all the time? And Jay Logsdon, how are they going to be able to visit him, adequately defend him, unless they both move? Or maybe Bryan Kohberger gets some new attorneys, death penalty attorneys that are from Boise, Idaho. Now, William Thompson, how's he going to get back and forth? Now, the prosecution also has the Idaho Attorney General's office. They're based in Boise, so they don't have to go far to handle this case. But I'm just wondering what's going to happen with Thompson, Ann Taylor, J. Logsdon, and Elisa Massoth, the other attorney on Bryan Kohberger's dream team. This will be very, very interesting. We are covering this case and following it extensively. Subscribe to the channel, like, hit the notification button. We'll talk more about this case very, very soon. Stay tuned.